All right, let's talk about the tech of 2025, because it's a world of absolutely incredible promise. But it's also one that's shadowed by some pretty significant peril. And it really all boils down to one big question we have to ask ourselves. Are we building this amazing utopia of efficiency and convenience, or are we kind of stumbling into a future filled with risks we can't even see yet?
Well, here's the twist, and it's really the heart of our story today. The answer is it's both. The very same technologies that are so full of promise, they also carry some serious peril. It's this duality we have to figure out. And honestly, the stakes could not be higher.
So, what's the big deal about 2025? Why is it so revolutionary? Well, it's not just one thing. It's really the convergence of two absolutely massive forces that are reshaping our world as we speak.
Okay, first up, you've got artificial intelligence, and it is evolving at a totally breakneck pace. We're not just talking about text anymore. These multimodal models from giants like OpenAI and Google, they can understand text, images, and voice all at once. That's a huge leap. At the same time, quantum computing is finally coming out of the lab. You've got companies like IBM and Rigetti building machines that promise to solve problems that are literally impossible for today's supercomputers.
Okay, let's dive into the good stuff, because the potential upside here is, well, it's truly staggering. When these technologies work the way they're supposed to, they could tackle some of humanity's biggest, oldest problems.
So what does this better world actually look like? Well, in healthcare, imagine AI creating personalized medicines just for your unique biology. In a factory, it could predict a critical failure on an assembly line weeks before it happens. Quantum computers could model our entire financial system to help prevent the next big crash. And get this, technologies like blockchain could let you own a tiny piece of a skyscraper or a Picasso, opening up investing for pretty much everyone.
You know, there's this industry analysis that puts it perfectly. They called the 2025 tech sector a tapestry of breakthroughs, and that just captures the optimism, doesn't it? It's a time of exponential growth, where it feels like anything is possible. But that's only half the story.
Because with every giant leap forward, there's a shadow. For every incredible promise we just talked about, there is a potential peril that we absolutely have to face.
And this right here? This is the perfect example of that two-sided coin. I mean, who wouldn't want a virtual assistant that just gets you, that anticipates what you need? But for that to happen, it needs a ton of your personal data. And that right there opens up a Pandora's box of privacy concerns and the very real danger of biased algorithms making life-altering decisions for us. Now, take a look at this number, 40%. Just let that sink in for a second. It's a figure that's giving tech execs nightmares. Any idea what we're talking about?
That, according to McKinsey, is the critical talent gap for AI specialists. In major markets, the demand for these experts outstrips the supply by a staggering 40%. Think about that. We are building this world-changing technology, but we don't have nearly enough people who actually know how to build and guide it responsibly.
And honestly, the talent gap is just the tip of the iceberg. Remember those amazing quantum computers? Well, they pose a direct threat to breaking all of our current digital security. On top of that, the cost to even get these new systems up and running is astronomical. Regulators in the US and EU are circling with some really tough questions, and the data centers powering this whole revolution, they're creating a massive environmental footprint. So, faced with all these pretty serious perils, the industry isn't just, throwing its hands up. There's a huge push happening right now to innovate responsibly, to build solutions for the very problems that technology itself is creating. So how do you fix a problem like insane energy use? The big bet is on something called green computing. And here's the roadmap. You build green data centers, you power them with renewables, and you engineer hyper-efficient cooling systems. It's a huge lift, for sure, but you've got players like Microsoft setting a powerful example, aiming to be carbon neutral by 2030.
And what about that ticking time bomb, the quantum threat to all our security? Well, the answer is post-quantum cryptography, or PQC for short. Basically, think of it as next-level digital armor. It's being built from the ground up to be unbreakable by both today's computers and the quantum computers of tomorrow. It's all about making sure our data stays safe.
This same kind of smart, responsible thinking is popping up everywhere. Take finance, for example.
Look at the rise of embedded finance. The old way, you had to go to a bank, fill out forms. It was a whole process. The new way, it puts the bank right where you need it, like getting an instant loan right on the checkout page when you're buying something online. This isn't just about making things easier, it's about making financial tools more accessible to way more people.
So, when we look down the road, it's pretty clear the path forward isn't a straight line. It's all about navigating this really tricky balance between what's possible and what's responsible.
So, what's the game plan? Well, it's about finding that sweet spot between breakthrough innovation and our core ethics. It means we have to prioritize solutions that include everybody, not just a select few. The real challenge is tackling those talent gaps, security risks, and regulations together. And here's the crucial point. Our success isn't going to be defined by how powerful our AI is or how fast our quantum computers are. It's going to be defined by how we choose to manage it all.
At the end of the day, these tools, they're incredibly powerful, but they don't have intentions. We do. Technology gives us the power, sure, but we provide the direction. So the only real question left is, where will we choose to go?